Hey everybody, Dave here, and I want to send this message. I'm going to try to keep this under 5 or 6 minutes, but I do want to encourage you to shoot me an email and reply if you have any questions about any of the information I'm going to be sharing with you. First and foremost, week one is done. I'm excited that to be able to get in there and grade and review some of your work, or all of the work in there. I want to let you know I will try to have everything graded by Wednesday at the latest. And if I have any concerns, I'll just put the note underneath the instructional notes on that attached assignment. If I see anything truly alarming, I'll probably just shoot you a message via email. In any case, your discussions were really good, and they prompted a lot of thinking on my part on what I wanted to discuss in this video message. And there were a few, probably 4 items I wanted to discuss. First, I need you to distinguish between your goals of being healthy versus fit. We have 7 weeks together, and I want to make sure you're enjoying these weeks. Our quarter or our class is really governed by the ACSM guidelines for health and fitness. And I want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you're going to be able to do for the long term. And you're not just doing this just to get the credit. And I understand you are to a degree, but I also want you to be able to adopt a behavior of exercise and a pattern of movement that you can take out of this class and continue. So what is that going to look like? Excuse me. What I noticed was that there were a lot of people with varying goals of losing weight, of gaining some muscle, of getting a six-pack. There were all these different goals, and so I want to make sure they were in line with what your fitness plan is going to look like. So if you are, for example, saying I want to go out and walk my dog for 20 minutes 3 days a week, and that's going to be your cardio, I will question whether or not I would accept that for exercise. But to tell you you're going to actually get results from that, I'd be lying to you. So if you're saying you want to get a six-pack, but all you're going to do is walk your dog, you have to look at what your goals are and what your effort of exertion is. How much are you willing to work towards your goals? And whatever's in the middle there is going to lead you towards those goals. It's kind of like trying to learn a foreign language and not really studying and not really putting yourself into the environment of that culture. So if you're going to learn a foreign language, you have to immerse yourself in the culture, immerse yourself in the book, immerse yourself in the class, and really study your rear end off to learn that foreign language. And it's very similar with exercise. You've got to work hard for results. And if you lose your 5 pounds in the 7 weeks, I consider that a win. And I think you should too. So in any case, let me know if you have any questions about that. The next thing is, with the ACSM parameters, there's X amount of time spent on cardio, weights, and flexibility. I'm going to be a little bit lenient on some of that as long as you're implementing all 3 of those different fitness elements. I'm going to be okay, and you have to be achieving at least one of them per week. For example, I definitely achieved the cardio minimum, which is 3 days per week, X amount of time. Resistance training for me, I'm doing resistance training 1 to 2 days per week, and I know ACSM wants at least 2. But I would accept that because I know what my goals are, and if I know what your goals are and what you're shooting for, as long as you're in line with that, I'm probably going to accept what you're doing as long as you're achieving the minutes required in totality. And flexibility is something I really truly lack, and my flexibility is terrible. But I do my lunges every day after my runs, and I do static stretching, at least once a week, where I just stick to a regimented plan once a week with flexibility. And looking at ACSM parameters, I'd probably want to at least do 2, but I am doing the dynamic work every day. So if I'm an instructor, am I truly achieving those flexibility guidelines? I think I am. So if you have any true questions that may not be answered by me, shoot me a message kind of separately from that assignment and just ask. I'm probably going to accept what you're doing as long as you understand what the results you're probably going to get. And then cardio versus weights. I had a student a couple of terms ago in my boot camp class come to me saying that she was really excited to be doing weight training because she noticed she was able to see some different muscles she'd never had before. So her body shape, she looked a lot like a pear. And and she actually said, when I would do cardio, I would lose weight and I would go from a medium-sized pear to a small pear. And she said, but now with the resistance training, I'm actually seeing some muscles. I'm seeing my deltoids, I'm seeing my lats, I'm seeing my biceps. And she was really excited by that. And that's really what happens is when you do cardio, you don't necessarily get the toneness that you're hoping to actually see. You have to implement some amount of resistance training to be able to see those muscles. So if you're doing anyway, so I don't want to go too much further because we're already at 5 minutes. I think you get the gist on that. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reply. I'm going to begin grading tomorrow at the latest. I'm going to begin grading or reviewing your exercise plans, and the discussion has already been graded. All of your discussions have been graded. Yeah, so I'll be reviewing the exercise plans. If I have any concerns, I'll let you know. I will provide notes on every single one of everybody's plan. But if I have any concerns, you won't get full credit, and you have to at least get 80% on that to begin or continue your plan. I would encourage you to begin exercising now, and we could just make the modifications this week, and by next week we should be able to hit the ground running on that at the start of next week. In any case, please feel free to shoot me a message if you guys have any questions, and I will look forward to your correspondence. Take care.